Yeah, so thank you so much, everybody, for joining us today for this open session. Yeah, it's a lot of people. We are very happy. And Rinpoche will be coming to Germany very shortly. He will do the Easter course at Retreathaus Berghof. We are very much looking forward to this. And we are also very happy, Rinpoche, that you agreed in advance to your visit to host this open session. So today we have three translations available: German, Spanish, and Russian. So I hope everybody knows how to do that. So there's a menu bar at the bottom, and then you can go to the little globe symbol, and then you can choose your preferred language. And yeah, I would say without any further ado, I hand it over to Rinpoche.
Thank you, Pia. Thank you. Good evening. Good morning. Good afternoon. It's wonderful to see you all once again. I'm just a little slow here, taking my time, going through the galleries and seeing you. Good to see you. Yeah, so today, this session, I think it's something to something like keeping our connection and of course, as you know, that towards the end of last year, those of us who are in South India, in the monasteries, Drebung and Kanden, then we were so fortunate to have His Holiness visit us. And then, of course, engaging in Dharma activities together with His Holiness, as well as many beings, great beings, and also having the opportunity to request for his long life and requesting him to guide us, to support us. And we had that opportunity to make that request in Drepung as well as in London Monastery as well. So, and then, so this was December and January. And then, of course, in February, we had Losar, Tibetan New Year. And so the year of the fire horse, and the fire horse, something like it has this significance, something of combining a horse's speed and something like the fire's passion. So, as we say, it is considered auspicious. So something like fire horse of our positive activities, of our spiritual practice, of our spiritual practice. So in this way, then the year of the fire horse is it has this significance, this meaning. Wherever you are, uh, in whatever setting you are, whatever part of our lives we find ourselves in, I think it is always helpful to see the meaning, to see the meaning and the experiences, our experiences, bringing meaning to our experiences, to our interactions, uh, to link the aspect of our activities, our body, speech, and mind, our physical activities, our verbal speech, interaction, and then, of course, something like our inner speech or inner action, inner physical action, something like this. So, our mental activities, in short, then to bring significance, to bring meaning, to connect that to a good cause, to connect that uh, to a wholesome uh, activity, wholesome result, to connect that. I think this is one good way of something like utilizing our time. Oh, then, of course, I think, as you know, just a few weeks back, uh, His Holiness was in his acceptance speech of of the Grammy Award presented to him. This was the Grammy Award for Best Audio Book Narration, Meditations, the Reflections of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. If I may read this speech, I receive this recognition with gratitude and humility. I don't see it as something personal, but as a recognition of our shared universal responsibility. I truly believe that peace, compassion, care for our environment, and an understanding of the oneness of humanity are essential for the collective well-being of all 8 billion human beings. I'm grateful that this Grammy recognition can help spread these messages more widely. So these words for for us, it's something like a guidebook. It is an instruction from the guru. in how to live our lives. Peace, uh, as as we know, it's not simply something, uh, a result at the end of all our activities. It is not simply a result, but it is very much the path of our practice. It is very much the path. As you know about this quotation from His Holiness, that in order to have, this is just to paraphrase, in order to have a lasting world peace, then this is only possible from inner peace, cultivated through compassion, non-violence, and universal responsibility. So this is what our path is. This is the pathway to peace. Something like in the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, especially in the Anuttara Yoga Tantra, as many of you are very familiar and have been long time practitioners of that path, then a cause here is very much taking the form of the result, right? So the cause and the result have this feature. They have this unifying aspect. So therefore, then, in order to have peace, in order to have what we call uh, nirvana, in order to have calmness in our minds, then to practice that at the causal stage, bringing calmness into our minds. When the world that we live in seems so chaotic. And this is something like the challenge for those of us who are still very much on this path. And on this path, then of course we have our gurus who are very much supporting us, as well as, if I may use the word in a more liberal way, then the Sangha here is, this is the Sangha. The Sangha is here to support us, to support us. So when when we find ourselves in a difficult situation, in a challenging situation, a difficult experience, a difficult interaction, then to not lose sight of of the goal, to not lose sight of the path, to not lose our determination, to not lose that. To, on the contrary, when we are faced with difficult situations, then to fortify our faith, to fortify our, to strengthen our determination. This is something that needs to be done. There is no question about it. You just simply have to do that. No matter what the challenge is, no matter what the experience, no matter what you're experiencing, to do not give up. Basically, do not give up. Here, the 5 powers from the Lojong, from Lojong mind training, the power of determination. So something like the practice of setting a clear, firm direction at the very start of your day. Something like setting our internal compass. And what is the mind? What is the mindset? It is that today I will not let my ego or reactive emotions take the driver's seat. I will stay connected to compassion and mindfulness. This, this is what I'm getting from Gemini, you know. So Gemini is very helpful. It's this I like this how Gemini has, I think, compiled from the vast treasures of those data centers, you know, how it presents it, and it presents it in a very, I think, in a very in a universal setting. Let's say, let's put it that way, right? In a very, I find it quite universal. Actually, it is, right? The 5 powers, I think they are something. They are universal, not just confined in a very uh, nuanced situation. And then the second, the power of familiarization. Growth doesn't happen through one-off insights, but through repetition. This power is about building mental muscle memory so that kindness and clarity become your default settings. Somehow it sounds so uh, uh, technical, you know, our default settings. It's almost like uh, we are, uh, it's almost like we are some kind of machines. But still, I think uh, I find these kind of expressions quite useful and in a way refreshing. But then going to the same point, right? Going to the same point as as we are uh, as the normal uh, words that are used in the traditional Lojong texts. To build mental muscle memory. This is, I think, a good way of looking. It's a different way of looking, something like going to the gym and uh, building our mental muscle memory. I've never thought of practicing Lojong as going to the gym, I've never connected those two, but this is, I think, it's a nice way of putting it. The mindset here is whatever you practice most, whether it's patience or frustration, is what you will become good at. This power chooses to habituate the positive. Power of habituation. And then the power of the positive seed, cultivating and protecting wholesome states of mind. It is about being an advocate of your own virtue and refusing to give energy to self-criticism or destructive impulses. Self-criticism. Yes. So this self-criticism, uh, of course, uh, we need to sometimes be critical uh, to ourselves, to some to sometimes critique our actions, but at the same time to not uh, degrade our worth, our value as a being, as a human being. So this is, I think, an important point. Self-criticism, where to draw the lines. So the power of positive seed, of thinking positive, being positive, I think, would also include seeing the positive in oneself. So to recognize that, to recognize your positive attributes, your strengths. For those of us who are trying to practice the Dharma, many times uh, we find ourselves something like beating ourselves, being too tough on ourselves. So that is not healthy. When we talk of a Buddha nature, then this is, I think, a good way. A good way. Of course, having self-respect has got nothing to do with uh, being arrogant. You know, there is it has having self-respect is not about that. So to recognize your strength, and when we say one's strength, again, this strength is universal. We share this strength with other human beings, with other sentient beings. So this I find useful. Uh, the teachings on Buddha nature, how the Buddha, when, whenever the Buddha nature is taught, it always mentions all sentient beings as having Buddha nature. It is never about you having Buddha nature. as soon as we confine ourselves just to one, just to the self, if we narrow it down to just ourselves, then arrogance can arise. So, to even when we are thinking of our strengths, then to put that in context, within the context of all sentient beings, how it is shared rather than how it is yours. It is not yours. It is not mine, but it is ours. We all share Buddha nature. We all share these qualities. And then the power of reproach, revulsion. This is the protective power. It's the ability to recognize when your ego, the self-cherishing mind, is starting to cause trouble, like pride, anger, or jealousy, and calling it out. So the mindset is, I see you, ego. I see you, ego. I know this anger feels like me, but it is actually just a pattern that causes suffering. I chose not to follow you. Right? So this uh, is a good way. Uh, I think there are, I think, a genre of teachings where they actually something like bring each of these uh, destructive mental states uh, and then uh, treats them almost like a person who is actually trying to harm you, right? So it's it's similar. It's taking a similar approach. So the power of reproach to really call it out, to call out uh, emotions that are out of balance, that are destabilizing, that are, yeah, not in not in line. And then the fifth, the power of aspiration, dedication. Here, uh, I was thinking of what's happening around the world and particularly in the Middle East area, uh, the current conflict, war uh, in the Middle East, and how so many uh, beings are suffering as a result. And then I typed in, of course, Gemini, prayer for peace and preservation. And these are some of uh, the results that came up. And I found it quite nice. So I think I will read through some passages. A prayer for peace and preservation, for the innocent and the suffering. May there be a shield of protection over every child, every family, and every individual caught in the path of violence. We hold in our hearts those who have lost loved ones, those who are displaced, and those living in the shadow of fear. May comfort find those in grief, and strength sustain those in despair. For the healers and helpers, we give thanks for the courage of those providing medical care, food, and refuge amidst the chaos. May their hands be steady, their resources be many, and their safety be secured as they work to uphold the dignity of human life. For wisdom and transformation, may the hearts of those in power be moved toward compassion and the recognition of our shared humanity. Grant leaders the vision to see beyond the cycle of retribution and the courage to pursue the difficult, necessary path of reconciliation. For our future of quiet, we look toward a day when the sounds of sirens and explosions is replaced by the quiet of safety and the laughter of children in the streets. May a just and lasting peace take root, transforming ancient animosities into a shared commitment to a future where all can live without fear. So, to offer prayers, I know you are all doing that, and I know that many of you are also have been engaged in the past and are also presently engaged in offering humanitarian support uh, in many of these conflict-ridden areas, uh, and all the efforts that you're putting in through the Dharma. This is truly inspiring, and sometimes I'm asked this question: what is the purpose of praying? Does praying really help? When a person thousands of kilometers from where I'm living at is taking the life of a person, taking the life of a man, of a, of a father, of a mother, of a daughter, of a son. And here I am, thousands of kilometers, miles away, praying for them. What good does it do? This is, I think, one question that has come up, uh, and for me, I think uh, praying, uh, of course, has many different aspects. There is, of course, the engaged prayers, and there are also something like this kind of non-engaged prayers, where we are not in close proximity with who we are offering our prayers for. So in this type of situation, then I think the prayers that are offered, of course, they are not offered in vain. They are not fruitless, not at all. Because praying for others, I think, is really about not losing hope, not losing hope. It is about upholding, I think, our compassion, our loving kindness, our bodhisattvas. This is what praying for me is. This is what it means. And offering prayers, I think also not only for those who are uh, being harmed, but who are also doing the harm, to also include them in our prayers. This aspiration, one aspect is something like through causes and conditions and through our karmic connection uh, with the world, with each sentient being through his link, karmic link from something like eternity, from no beginning. We have this connection with each and every sentient being in whatever form they are, in whatever land they are, in it doesn't matter where they are or in which form they are, in which realm they are currently born in. We have this connection with each and every being. So as soon as we send a positive thought towards them, this energy, it has something like a ripple effect. And this is one aspect, I think, that brings meaning to our prayers. Uh, on the other hand, then uh, praying for others, praying for other sentient beings is a means of practicing bodhicitta. It is a way of practicing bodhicitta. It is a way of bringing bodhicitta uh, to life, to keep it in our uh, minds, to link with bodhicitta, to link with the mind of enlightened ones. Not become uh, hopeless, to not become negative. Losing hope is uh, it's a negative. So from that viewpoint, then praying has this benefit. It has this benefit as well, not only for this interdependent relation with the other, but also for our current practice. It helps and strengthens our commitments to practice compassion in our daily lives, in our daily practice, in our daily commitments. And you can do something like these visualizations, whatever, or taking some teachings from the Lojong as something like exhaustion of negative karma, whatever uh, fits your style, whatever fits your daily practice, you can then make adjustments accordingly. So, uh, so then to, uh, of course, dedicate, to dedicate. So this is the fifth power. And as it was mentioned previously, to always uh, bring something like stability in our minds. Stability in the sense of the middle way, bringing balance, not falling into the extremes. On the one hand, extreme in the sense of losing hope and becoming extremely negative. And then on the other hand, this other extreme of being too distracted, of something like fascination. An extreme form of fascination, something like fantasy, and then wasting time. As a result of that, then wasting time. So not falling into these two extremes and bringing, in a way, bringing the mind to a neutral state of not being so happy and at the same time not being so totally unhappy. So bringing it to a neutral state, bringing it to a neutral state. This is, of course, not the point. This is not the final point of our practice. But neutral state of mind is a good place to start the Dharma practice, especially if this neutral state has been achieved by turning away from these two extremes and applying the various steps in overcoming, in parting away from these two sides, extreme sides. And from that neutral state, then beginning your daily commitments, then from that neutral state, then dealing with the everyday life situations from that neutral state of the mind, then to experience samsara and shunyata, right? So to do that, few days back, I think, I don't know why, but I came into this word ecology. So this relationship, the relationship between air, water, earth, the plants, and of course us, the inhabitants. This is something, of course, to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind, this relationship, this ecological aspect of this ecological aspect is something to remind ourselves, to remind ourselves of that from time to time. I think this is helpful, and it gives something I think we all can, I think to say we all can contribute. We all can make contributions towards that, towards the environment, We can all leave our footprints on that. Maybe small footprints better. Yeah, to make our footprints on the environment as small as possible. Ah, so this is just some of the things that was prepared. Uh, Other things, what is there in terms of relation, our interaction with others. This is and this is, I think, central uh, for this is an important part of our lives as social animals. So then again here, this falling from the two extremes and applying that in our interpersonal relations, this is very helpful. It's very helpful. Jai Rinpoche as many of you know from Rinpoche's teachings, then I think Rinpoche uh, uh, frequently gives this uh, citation from Adisha Dibamkara's Chanchu Sibin Lobitewa, something like the Bodhisattva's Joe Garland, when in the company of others, mind your speech, take care of your speech, and when in the when alone, then take care of your mind. Look at your mind. So Rinpoche uh, uh, here in Rinpoche, I think really emphasized that, and in a way, I take it as Rinpoche uh, summarizing what is Adisha's Bodhisattva's Joe Garland, and in a way, it is summarizing, uh, of course, the Lojong mind training path. So these two aspects of when being alone and uh, when when being in the company of others, in these two situations, and then looking at looking at your speech and looking at your mind, these two uh, uh, views, um, mindfulness practice, I think is really helpful when it is utilized, when it is used. So from time to time, then utilizing that. And I think this is very much part of what was that word? Something like mental muscle building, right? Mental muscle building. Yes. Yes. So I think it is part of that. And yeah, so like that, I just, yeah, so today I just arrived here uh, near Dharamsala, and it's, I'm looking forward to the next few days and just being here in, of course, uh, close proximity to His Holiness. And this is such a blessed uh, place. It is a blessed, a blessed world. It is. So, thank you all so very much for your time. And I know that some of you have been sending emails, but I'm terrible with emails, or some of you have been in correspondence, but uh, those of you who are in correspondence with me, you know how I'm not I'm not very good with correspondence. So then I of course want to take this opportunity to say that uh, I'm sorry for not going with for not being a good correspondent, uh, and also for not being a very good uh, what is the word, like the person who answers. So when there's a question, there's one person answering. So I'm not very good with answering, uh, but yeah. So that's me, and thank you again, and I wish you all good health, and uh, not just, of course, not just physical good health, but mental health and good health of your practice, of your Dharma practice, of your spiritual practice, and uh, whatever uh, is most inspiring, whatever is most inspiring for you, please continue doing that, uh, and whatever brings meaning to you, please continue doing that. And yeah, just this is um, yeah, just a wonderful time. I think, uh, of course, now His Holiness is now, as you know, over 90 years, and so then always pray for His Holiness's long life, and may His Holiness continue to teach us, to support us, to guide us, and yeah, maybe continue this special connection with His Holiness, with Tayo Rinpoche, with all the great beings that we have come into contact with. Just, I know that something like we say the Buddha comes in so many different forms, and and yeah, so all the Buddhas that we have had the good fortune of meeting, of having uh, something like we found, I think, all these great beings in a way uh, without any kind of plans. We just met them, right? We just bumped into them somehow through causes and conditions, through our karma. We found, we found the guru. We found the path. We found the spiritual path. We found the Dharma. So this is truly wonderful, and uh, it's so good to see you all once again, and just brings me joy in seeing how you are dedicated, and it doesn't matter once this Zoom session is over. Of course, it is not over. We all have to do what we have to do, and yeah, just always continue doing whatever brings meaning in your life. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you, and maybe Pia, if you would like to make, yeah.
Okay, thank you so much,
Thank you so
Rinpoche.
much, Rinpoche.
Really appreciate it, also your time. So people have been asking if you could share the prayer of peace that you've created with Gemini. Is it
Okay.
possible? Maybe you could send it through WhatsApp to me. I think I could.
Uh, I'll, I'm doing that right now.
Okay, perfect. In the meantime, then maybe Marco, you can bring up the slide in the meantime. So as I mentioned, Rinpoche will be here for the Easter course at Tibethaus.Berghof. And then after this, Rinpoche will also host two programs at Tibethaus in Frankfurt. So we will have an evening talk on April 10 about the art of letting go, a Buddhist perspective on impermanence. And then also a seminar on Saturday and Sunday, April 11th and 12th on the more spiritual and more in-depth topic of Tibetan Buddhist teachings on dying and death. And yeah, we are really looking forward, Rinpoche, to host you at Tibet House in Frankfurt, and also looking forward to these very important and nice programs. So now I just check my WhatsApp if something came through. Uh, Rinpoche, did you send it to me or to someone?
Yes, to you. I emailed you. Yes.
You emailed. Okay. Okay, so for those maybe who wants to have the poem, I will just put it in the chat. Just give me 1 second. No, not the poem, it was a prayer.
This is just for clarification. I think I said it, but just in case, it's from Gemini.
Yeah, I will
Yeah, so
put
so
yeah.
this is maybe connected to what I said before of not being very good with correspondence. So sometimes I'll just, when there are some letters from friends, I just go to my secretary, Gemini, and then I just write back, say, this is from Secretary Gemini. So,
I think you're not the only one who's doing it like this these days,
oh,
so I
oh,
I can relate.
so it's here, I think, right?
Yes, I shared it in the
Oh,
chat. So, yeah,
thank you.
if
Thank
everyone
you.
who wants to have it, copy paste quickly before we end the session. Okay, there's already a German translation. So there's yeah, quick workers behind the scenes. So yeah, thank you very much, Rinpoche. Again, we're looking forward to having you in Germany, and also everybody who joined today. Thank you so much, and I wish you a nice Sunday and a good week ahead. Thank you.
Oh, I'm just looking around. I'm just looking around, and uh, it's so good to see you. It's so good to see you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's so good to see you. And yeah, just uh, keep it going. Do do what you have to do. Do what you must do. And yeah, just to be alive. Just to uh uh yeah, just to be alive, and life in the sense, of course, your spiritual practice. Keep that alive and keep that alive. Keep that alive. Thank you. Thank you so much. Till next time. Thank you.